Joe.
OK.
You see when I made that entry about the rent collector bitten by a dog in Henshaw Street?
Yeah.
I think the problem is that it's not actually a Henshaw Street dog.
Oh?
I think it comes down those back entries from Thomas Street.
That's where I get done, Sarge. Henshaw Street near Thomas Street.
Done?
Got attacked by this dog.
Oh, that was you, was it?
Had a 6-inch tear up my trousers.
When was that?
About 3 nights ago.
What did it look like?
Well, it was very dark, wasn't it?
The dog?
The night. Well, the dog came out of an alley in Wallop. I never saw it.
Counting the rent collector, that makes 6 attacks in 3 weeks.
In the old days, the man on the beat knew every dog in his area instantly.
It's true, he did.
I'm doing the best I can down there, given the numbers.
If it's a quiet night, I'll draft in reinforcements. Have you notified the RSPCA?
Well, that's a problem. I can't get him.
We'll chase it. Won't we, Gallagher?
Yes, Sarge.
So what's your plan, then? Go for your tea and then meet me at our Duckers?
Aye.
Your missus won't have anything to say, will she?
We'll only be there for the one drink.
But if she has made other plans or I'm overwhelmed by some canine emergency, let's have recourse to the telephone.
Sounds like an indictable offence.
What?
Recourse to the telephone.
It does seem to be true, doesn't it, what we've always heard said?
Eh?
About the superiority of Scottish education.
It does, George, now that you mention it.
I'll phone the RSPCA now, gentlemen. Don't worry. I won't mention the cruelty of your training methods.
Heck, I wish I was a striving young constable again.
It beats sex and violence any day.
I'll say it does. Oh, you will ask the boss about tonight?
You can ask her yourself, George. She's here.
Thank you very much. I know I've said this 6 or 7 times, but it's a great thrill for me, is this?
Well, I hope it'll be one for me, Councillor.
Inspector Darby's kindly consented to be the guest of honour at the Chapel Youth Club football team's annual hot pot supper.
Oh, very nice.
Can I use your, can I wash my hands?
Upstairs, second on the left, sir.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Evening, George, just off.
Yes, Ma'am.
I think Councillor Winterbottom has been celebrating.
I thought he must have.
Well, it would be.
Ah, that's true, he would.
Speaking of a small celebration, Ma'am, Joe and I are going to have a drink tonight with old Hooker Wainwright.
Who?
Hooker Wainwright.
We thought you might drop in if you were free.
Who's Hooker Wainwright?
He's the landlord of the Swan Inn at Top Browman.
Oh, him.
He's semi-retiring at the end of the week, opening a guest house on the Cumbrian coast.
Why's he called Hooker?
That's where he played.
Who for?
Hunslet.
Ah, yes, sorry, should have known.
Before your time, man.
He's been a very good informant over the years, Mum. He deserves a bit of a send-off. The CID lads have bought him a fountain pen.
Unfortunately, I'm busy tonight. I'm presenting the prizes at Moortop School.
Oh, heck, I forgot that.
So did I.
I tell you what, if I get through in time, I'll telephone the Swan Inn, and if you're still in there, I'll drop by and shake Mr. Wainwright's hand.
Very much appreciated, Mum.
Otherwise, give him my warmest wishes.
Thank you, Mum. We will. See you, Joe.
Ah, see you.
Mum?
Well, hot pot supper. You'll soon have a speaking engagement every night of the week, man.
Oh, well, I shall get tired of my own jokes.
Ah, heck. That feels better. Afraid I had a few pints at the town hall. Bottles, actually. The janitor can usually be relied upon.
Speaking of the town hall, sir, I understand we have to congratulate you.
Well, it's another milestone, Sergeant. What more can I say? Aye. Oh, aye. We've both seen the passage of time and so on and so forth. But I don't forget my mother saw me off the first day I went to work. 14 I was, and it was pissing with rain. Oh, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon.
Not at all.
I was sweeper up at Pharaoh's Mill. Me and 2 Ukrainians, with only one good broom between us. And now look at me. Got my own thriving business, and I've just become Deputy Mayor-elect of Hartley. And if my mother could see that, well, I think you'd know how she'd respond, don't you?
I think I do.
I know you do. My mother gave me life's treasury. That's why I'm linesman for the youth club football team, to give a bit back to the boys that need it. That's why I say a little prayer at all sorts of odd moments of the day, like in the showroom or stopped at the traffic lights or what have you. I said one last week in the gentleman's cloakroom of the steakhouse. You know the one I mean, don't you?
Manchester Road?
Aye.
Aye.
I suppose new honours inevitably bring more work.
They do. Of course they do. But some things have to remain sacred. Tonight, for instance, is my billiards night.
Billiards?
I actually play at the Liberal Club.
You're a Conservative.
Well, it's all snooker there. Oh. The Liberal Club has still a few diehards.
Is that a fact?
Not that there's any imposition of political views, because there isn't. We have an unspoken rule not to discuss matters of conscience.
I expect that Mrs. Winterbottom's thrilled to be Deputy Mayoress-elect.
Thrilled. She's in her 7th heaven. She's just gone to Manchester to celebrate.
Manchester?
Aye. Buy some new clothes and that.
Ah.
That's what you ladies warm to, isn't it?
I suppose it can be.
Aye. Oh, aye. She has wonderful taste, my wife. Well, I'll say thank you and bid you good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Councillor.
Afternoon, sir.
Oh, would you like an invitation to the hot pot supper?
Well, if I'm off duty, thank you very much.
Leave it with me. And in the meantime, thank you for your congratulations. Thank you.
What are you staring at, David?
Sorry, Mum, I was just observing the councillor. I can't get the RSPCA man.
Why not?
His wife says he's gone in some study course.
Oh. What topic?
I think she said the control of foxes in an urban environment.
Foxes?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I believe they take things from dustbins. Oh, thank you, Gally.
Since you know so much, Joseph, what was Councillor Winterbottom's mother like?
Oh, a very upright little woman.
His father?
A scrounger, no use at all. They lived in a very poor way in a labourer's cottage.
I can imagine. So we have the Deputy Mayoress-elect buying clothes in Manchester.
Gorgeous. I don't think I can keep my hands off you.
You said you wouldn't come in till I cried ready.
I can't wait.
You promised.
I know I did. Fantastic.
The saleswoman said, "Oh, madam," she said, "what a wonderful body you've got."
She never.
She did.
Beck.
Are you hot under the collar?
Don't ask.
Oh, it's like a big warm wave, isn't it, this passion that sweeps you and me along?
Sometimes, you know, quite often, actually, I find myself talking to perfectly respectable people in the showroom, and then I think, gorgeous, I think. And in my mind, I see you with not many clothes on.
Oh, Jack, what a miracle that of all the hundreds of millions of bodies in the world, yours and mine should have come together.
Well, not hundreds of millions in Hartley.
What do you think? Is this what I should wear?
In the mayor's parlour.
Tonight, Jack. Tonight.
Oh, no. I've forgotten about tonight. No, don't wear that tonight. It's an horrible nightmare, isn't it?
Oh, don't torture yourself.
I can't help it. It's like a fiendish crime. It's like a body rotting in the cellar.
Oh, Jack, how you must love me.
For a few happy hours. No, not even hours. Moments. Just glimpses of snatched happiness. For those few happy moments, I forget. And I'm radiant. And people look at me, customers in the showroom, members of the public in a council meeting, and they think, there's Jack Winterbottom, happy and successful. Little do they know about my secret nightmare, my torment. That poisonous shadow in our lives, gorgeous, that won't let either of us rest.
I feel like, what's the name in that book by Harold Robbins?
Eh?
But it is worth it, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, Jack, what's life without red-hot passion?
Shall we just say a prayer? Oh, Lord, I know I've spoken to you earlier today about that Pakistani woman's hire purchase agreement, but this is much more serious. I want Gorgeous kept safe. Please look after her. Keep her safe. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Frankly, why must you go and see him?
You know why.
He's a swine.
Of course he's a swine.
Will he take money?
He wouldn't before, would he?
I should go with you. Find out how much.
There'd be violence, that's all there'd be. Besides, I don't think it's money he wants. I think it's me.
It's absolutely ridiculous, that's what it is. He cannot have the Deputy Mayoress-elect.
What does he care for titles?
I should go with you.
No.
I should throttle the swine, that's what I should do.
Jack, don't blame me for the men that love me.
I'm desperate, that's what I am.
If I don't get dressed, I'll be late.
You won't...
I won't what, my darling?
You won't be seen by anybody, will you?
You know where I told him to meet me?
You got my solicitor's card, haven't you?
Yes.
How much? That's the question, how much?
What if it is me, though, Jack? What if his notion is to inflict years of suffering?
Sometimes I think my whole body might just go bang with a seizure.
Oh, no, Jack, not the paralysis.
I can't stand much more of this torment.
Don't grip me like that, Jack, it hurts.
Oh, you see, I don't know my own breaking point.
I'll need the car, my darling.
Aye.
These tribulations were in my horoscope, if you remember.
Aye, I do. Romance, very stormy.
What do you think of this eyeshadow?
Eh?
Jack, you must think sometimes about what's important.
Your eyes don't need shadow. Can you drive me to the Liberal Club?
I can drive you to hell and back.
You have done, as we very well know.
Oh, yes. And I quiver all over every minute of the day.
Somewhere, sometime, we'll find the peace that we deserve.
What's your game then, eh?
Eh?
Don't start that.
I've not said nothing.
Who paid for your clothes, gorgeous?
Who do you think?
I trusted you.
Didn't I trust you?
I'll smash your face in!
Go on, then.
I get these headaches, gorgeous.
What do you want, Crasho?
What do I want?
Whatever there was between you and me, Crasho. I live like a queen in Jack's bungalow.
You got the crown jewels, have you?
Don't stare at my legs like that.
Why not?
Made me feel misty.
Is that what you want, eh? Is it?
It's like that old Barbara Stanwyck film, isn't it?
Hey?
Don't say hey, you stupid devil!
Don't shout at me!
You know perfectly well what film I'm talking about.
I get these headaches.
How much? 1,000? 2,000?
I believed you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You look dreadful, do you know that?
I read it in the paper. Mrs. Winterbottom, Deputy Mayoress-elect. I was only sick with laughing. Do you know what I mean, dear? Hey? I dreamed about you. Every night in Strangeways Prison, I dreamed about you.
How much?
Well, how much did I dream?
How much money do you want?
You said to me... No, you held me in your arms and you said to me, wild horses, you said. Wild horses won't drag us apart. Well, here they are, wild horses, running through this factory. Have you any cash?
No.
Well, come on.
He wouldn't let me bring any.
I've no cigarettes.
He never did have.
Hey, do I really make you go all misty?
Don't you believe me?
I've no cigarettes, gorgeous.
Why won't you tell me what you want?
I said my head aches, I need a smoke.
You know what I want, Crasho?
I won't give it you. Why should I?
Should I go down on my knees then? Is that it?
Hey?
Well, is it like Barbara Stanwyck or not?
Look, I need a cigarette, gorgeous, not a pack of hopeless lies.
Where are you living?
What's it to you?
Who's looking after you? nobody, I can see that.
Just find me a cigarette.
I haven't got one. Go on, then. And some in the glove pocket. What is it you want?
It's what I can't have.
How do you know if you haven't asked? Then if you don't want anything, leave me alone.
No.
Why not?
You know why not?
I know that you're hypnotic, like all evil people.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Why won't you tell me what you want?
Leave me alone!
You told me to come here.
I dreamed about you.
It's the effect I have on them, isn't it? I drive men mad. You do, gorgeous. Can't help it, though. I know you can't. It's just something they see that overwhelms them. Crasho? Crasho! What are you doing? Crasho! Coward. You rotten coward! Oh.
Sure you won't have a proper one? Officially, this is my tea break.
How much do we owe you, hooker?
On the house.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good health. But I miss you too, you know. We'll miss you. I think you might.
Well, we'll sit down, hooker. Let you get on with things.
What's yours, Mrs. Webster?
Outdoors?
Oh, God save us. Mrs. Webster, you should be spending your money on deaf aid batteries, not on drink.
Hey,
What's yours?
I'll have my usual.
Right.
Money's tight, did you say?
What, love?
Money is tight, is that what you said?
Mrs. Webster, come on, you're not as deaf as that. 36.
Hey,
40 pence change.
they're not going to have much of a holiday, are they, if you shout like that in a boarding house?
Well, if it's not my old pal Hooker Wainwright,
What do you want?
don't start on me. Got it?
Can I serve you with a drink, sir?
Double whiskey.
£90.
Hey?
80 pence.
Oh, I've left my money at home.
Look, Crasho, don't let's have a bad time, eh?
Can I put it on tick?
I'm leaving at the end of the week.
You know.
Yes, I am.
Well, I'll bring it in tomorrow then.
Where are you living?
Lodging house.
You working?
Don't be daft.
How long you been out of strange ways?
Some say it was you put me in there.
Well, you know better than that.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
How come?
Because if you remember, Crasho, when you was nicked, I was on me holidays in Majorca.
Could have told him anyway.
How?
Telephone.
From Majorca? About you?
You could have told him before you went.
Look, Crasho, you smashed an old lady's face, right?
Right.
Right. And when was you nicked?
Next day.
Right. So work it out for yourself. And I still need 90 pence.
Can't you just give it me? Old time's sake.
Old times with you was very bad.
Don't you trust me?
No.
In that case, I'll tell you what.
What?
I'll pay for it with this.
I don't want a clapped-out jacket. I've got several.
Hang on to it till I bring the money.
Look, Crasho, sitting over there...
I don't care who's sitting over there. What do you mean when you said work it out who shocked me?
Nothing. You've had your drink. Call it a farewell on the house. And clear out.
Give us another on the jacket.
No.
Give us two.
No.
Why are you leaving anyway?
Semi-retirement. The wife's health.
I hope she chokes on it.
Just see that he does leave, would you, Sam? Flipping heck!
Evening. Everything all right?
Lovely.
Mrs. Winterbottom, isn't it?
No?
We met at the mayor's reception.
Pardon? I'm just out for a stroll.
In those shoes?
As a matter of fact, I'm posting a letter.
Where is it?
Okay.
The letter? Don't you think you'd better get in?
Thank you.
Have you nothing to tell me?
Nothing?
I'm taking you to Hartley Police Station.
Why?
Why do you think?
I can't tell you anything. I can't. It's about my husband and a man who isn't my husband. It's a woman's secret. Do you know what I mean?
Of course I do. But have a think about it. I'll ask you again when we get to my office.
Hold it still. Find a seat.
Yeah, it's a brown Mercedes saloon. Registration Oscar Juliet Papa.
Are you sure it was Crasho, Harris?
Of course, I'm sure.
Did you know him?
No, I'm only temporary.
But you saw him throw the grid.
Not actually throw it, no.
Why not?
I shut my eyes.
When did you open them again?
When he was getting into the passenger seat.
And then the car moved off?
Aye.
So there was another man driving?
Well, there must have been.
Did you get a glimpse of him?
No. Well, I'd only just opened my eyes, do you know what I mean?
I'm beginning to. Thank you. How was Crasho?
Like I said, I grove from the start.
Did he have a grudge against you?
He thought he had.
You mean you shot him?
He said so. But actually, I hadn't.
Honest?
Honest.
That wouldn't stop Crasho, though, would it? He's always been as daft as a brush. Who might the driver be?
McCluskey, Johnson, any of that lot.
We'll check him out. Did you ask Crasho where he was living?
Lodging house.
Sounds about right.
He had a wife, you know.
What happened to her?
Don't know.
If it wasn't you that shopped him, who did?
No. That's up to him to work out for himself, isn't it?
Joe,
Hello.
trace the car. It's obviously stolen.
Smashing.
Ralph Falls Foundry, Manchester.
You won't touch it, will you, love?
Hey?
I want it to go to forensic.
You've come from Ban Alswick.
Are you trying to be funny or what?
My batteries went flat.
A deaf aid battery. She can't hear you.
Good.
Blood?
Hey?
I don't think young Sam's seen much before.
You don't happen to have any smelling salts, do you? Who for? Me. I've gone faint.
Deep breathing.
Gallagher? OK.
She'll do till the ambulance arrives.
Come on, then. They've traced the car, so we'll leave these lads here and make a few calls in town.
Where too fast?
Liberal Club.
If I might say so, young Jack, your game's not as crisp as it has been.
When you get to my position, Mr. Long, it's one long round of people coming to you with their problems.
Aye, it must be. Wife keeping well, is she?
Champion.
I'm sure she is. So real live romance was that, wasn't it?
Hey?
When you went to Cleveland's for your holidays, you met her, you came back married.
Oh, aye. Suppose it was a bit of a fairy tale.
There was a lot of us here thought you were one of nature's bachelors. I'm sorry.
Councillor Winterbottom?
Oh, no, not again.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, blast it.
Evening, Mr. Long.
I was just saying to the councillor, Sergeant, that his life's a true romance, and in you walked.
Yeah. Well, I won't keep you, gentlemen. It's just a routine inquiry. Councillor, you are the owner of a Mercedes motor car number OJP762W.
It's a company car, actually.
Jack Winterbottom Sales Limited.
Correct. My wife's taking it tonight to go and visit her auntie. Why?
You mean your wife has the car tonight?
Yes.
Is she alone?
Well, she was when she dropped me here.
Are you expecting her to pick you up later?
I hope so.
What time?
Well, since Mr. Long retired, he needs more sleep, don't you? What time will we finish? 10?
Well, thereabouts.
What is it, Sergeant? Towed away, forgotten our road tax?
Good shot.
It's not an accident, is it? It is, isn't it? Well, go on, has she crashed the car? Is it something worse?
Worse? What do you mean?
Just tell me.
I've no information about your wife, Councillor.
Then what? Who?
Should I play this next shot or what?
Play it. Go on, just say it. Say what it is.
Do you know the Swan Inn at Top Brow?
Swan? Top Brow? Of course I know it. I don't go there, but I know it.
What would you say if I told you that half an hour ago your car was seen outside the Swan, where it was used as a getaway by a man who committed an offence?
Getaway? Offence?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'd be flabbergasted. I don't know what I'd say.
It's been stolen.
It looks like it.
Looks like it.
There was one man who committed the offence and another who drove him away.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. What offence?
He threw a grid through the public house window.
By heck.
What for?
He's a tearaway called Crasho Harris.
Eh?
You don't know him, do you?
Me?
His name's Harris.
How would I know a man like that? I'm Deputy Mayor-elect. I'm respectable. It can't be my car.
Why not?
Well, you must have made a mistake with the numbers.
We might have.
There you are, then.
I'm having all similar numbers fed into the computer. In the meantime, where does your wife's auntie live?
Oldham.
Is she on the telephone?
What?
If you ask me, that's where your car went from.
They'd have known.
No, not necessarily. What's the phone number?
I can't remember.
What's the name and address, then?
That's what I've always dreaded, is this. A black monster that comes out of the slime and takes away everything I've worked for.
Come on, Jack. There can be umpteen explanations. Play your shot.
Aye. Oh, aye. You see, my luck's gone.
If you can just let me have that name and address, sir.
You think she's the second man, don't you?
Hey?
Mrs. Winterbottom, you think she's the second man?
I'm sure there's no cause for alarm,
No
Councillor.
cause? No. It's the uncertainty, isn't it? That's where the agony is.
Jack, drink your whiskey.
Aye.
I'm sorry to persist, sir, but if you can give me that name and address, I can establish your wife's safety.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, Councillor. I can understand your distress.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Why not?
It doesn't exist. No auntie, no address.
I'm I'm not quite with you.
Now, Sergeant, I'll be quite prepared to explain all this tomorrow morning in the presence of my solicitor. Now, Mr. Long, it's my shot, is it? Oh, no, it's yours.
Perhaps we'd better spot the balls up and finish it later. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I like it here, you know. I like the light on the table. Makes me feel happy and safe. It's like a happy home for men, isn't it?
Aye.
A place without women.
In the meantime, sir, I think that we've still things to talk about. It's very private down the police station. Will you come with me?
Thank you.
Pleasure. I love roses.
Have you ever been given dozens?
What?
You know, dozens and dozens brought in by page boys.
Make it sound like the movies.
Well, that's where such things are done properly, isn't it?
Would you like me to order you a taxi?
You mean I can go?
Park Road, isn't it?
Eh?
Look, can we stop this pretense, Mrs. Winterbottom?
You are?
You're not undistinguished in this town, you know.
I say, is that true?
Even the young constable at the desk recognised you.
Lovely.
He also showed me the duty book.
What's that?
It has all the crimes and calls written in it.
Oh.
A man named Harris committed an offence at a public house and then drove off in your husband's car.
I mean, I think you should put an aspirin in that water.
I've heard of that, but never done it.
It keeps the bloom, so they say.
When we checked the vehicle number with your husband, he said that you had the car tonight and that you'd gone to see your auntie in Oldham.
Where is he?
Who?
My Jack.
I met him this afternoon.
I know, he said so.
Those are clothes you bought in Manchester.
Some of them.
He's a kind man, isn't he? Councillor Winterbottom, underneath all that bluster.
Yes.
There.
Who gave you them?
Some children at Moor Top School.
I want to know where Jack is.
Did you see your auntie in Oldham?
I didn't get that far, did I?
You mean Harris flagged you down and stole the car? Who was the other man?
Other man?
When the car left the public house, Harris jumped in and another man drove off.
I don't believe you.
It's true.
You mean he deliberately ran off and left me so I'd...
So you did see Harris tonight?
That's not what I said.
If he stole your car, why protect him? Do you know him well?
Do you do lie detector tests?
What?
Nothing.
Why didn't you report the car as having been stolen?
Who to?
Me, when I picked you up.
I can't think why you stopped.
Well, you weren't exactly dressed for hiking. Does your auntie in Oldham exist?
I don't know.
You mean she doesn't? You went to a meeting with Harris, didn't you?
It was all in my horoscope.
Why did you meet him?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Have you ever lived in a filthy place with cockroaches?
No, but what if I had?
Where's my Jack? Where's my sugar daddy?
Ask Sergeant Beck to bring the gentleman in here, will you? He's just coming. He was in the interview room.
Oh, you deceitful hussy!
I'll ignore that. Come in!
Jack?
Gorgeous. What's happened? Your mascara's in ruins.
Nothing's happened.
Have they tortured you?
You look like Fred McMurray.
Good evening, Councillor. This is your wife, I take it?
Yes.
No.
Hey?
What?
No. That's it, you see. I'm not gorgeous Winterbottom at all. I'm gorgeous Harris.
Oh, my God.
Would you like a chair, Councillor?
Is this true?
Yes.
You mean she's Mrs. Harris?
Yes.
You've not by any chance gone through some form of marriage ceremony with her, have you, sir?
No.
But in the eyes of God, I truly do believe that we are man and wife.
Oh, Jack. It's like poetry.
There you are, you see. There you are. After my mother died, my life was a desert until this rose bloomed in it. We met in the chapel, actually, where I'd gone to measure up for a new draft excluder. She'd followed me in, hadn't you?
Yes.
Seen me as I parked my car.
It was that little BMW, do you remember?
Remember? We drove like wild horses over the moors. And you spilled everything out, didn't you?
Everything.
How your husband was a washout and sent to jail. Your life was in ruins. We melted. Two eyes lollies. Love at first sight.
Yes.
I sent her to Cleveley's because I was going to spend my holidays there. When we came back together, we said we got married. I mean, a man in my position can't live in open sin, can he?
Plenty do.
I can't because I'm honest.
That's what I meant when I said it was doomed.
It was. It was doomed. All this is in the strictest confidence, of course.
How long ago did you go to Cleveley's?
3 years.
Harris was in prison.
Yes.
Did you tell him what had happened?
I asked him for a divorce.
Would he not give you one? Is that why you met him tonight?
Yes.
I'd have given him money. Plenty.
But he didn't want money.
No.
What did he want?
He wanted trouble. That's all he knows about.
It's understandable as that, ma'am. He's a twisted one, is Crasho.
Of course he is. Twisted. Not that I've met him, of course.
Can I just ask, how long were you married to Harris before he went to prison?
10 months.
I don't remember you in court or anything.
Well, I was upset.
So who was the second man?
There isn't one.
A witness says there is.
I was thinking about that as I was coming over it.
Oh?
Well, that's what panicked me, actually. That's what made me give so much away, the thought that Gorgeous was the second man. It's a left-hand drive car, you see. Harris got into what looked like the passenger seat.
And drove himself?
Yes.
Why left-hand drive?
No one in Hartley had one. Has all this got to come out?
Come out?
If it does, Jack's done it, hasn't he? He's ruined himself for love.
Where did you meet Harris?
The Empress Ballroom.
What?
Oh, tonight. On the canal by the mills.
What happened?
Well, we'd neither of us any cigarettes.
How do you mean?
I gave him the keys.
The car keys?
He drove off.
You mean he stole the car?
No. No. He went off for cigarettes.
With your permission?
He is my husband, isn't he?
He used the car to commit an offence.
We've not said it was stolen, though, have we?
Councillor, consider very carefully. You have given us false information.
Not under caution, I haven't.
How is the car insured?
Comprehensive. Harris could drive it with permission.
How do you know he has a licence?
He did when I married him.
All I want with Harris is a friendly conversation with regards to divorce. I expect his solicitor could put that to him. Well, you'll get him for chucking the grid. You'll blast him, and quite right. Why should innocent people suffer? Now can I telephone my solicitor?
There's no point in continuing this conversation, Councillor. I'd like you to think about this matter overnight, come back at 10 in the morning, prepared to make statements, by which time I hope that Mr. Harris will be in our custody and will have his version of the events.
How will we get home?
I'll order you a taxi if you'd like.
Thank you.
Park Road?
Yes.
That's not far beyond where I am, actually.
George, what are you doing here? I thought you were going on home.
I think this is it, Joe.
Eh?
The Mad Dog. You know, Henshaw Street.
Mad Dog?
What's all this?
It's the Mad Dog of Henshaw Street, Mom.
That?
Well, as you see, it's no collar.
Is that your scarf?
Yes.
How did you make it secure?
Well, I thrown myself on top of it, Mom.
Had it attacked you?
To bear its gums, Joseph. Do you know what I mean?
Where were you?
Walking to my car.
George!
Mom?
Hand that dog to the constable.
Yes, Mom.
And George,
Mum?
I don't want to see anything on your expenses sheet for dry cleaning that raincoat. Do you understand?
Yes, Mum.
Sergeant, you order me a taxi, please.
Right, madam. You will catch Harris tonight, then.
What?
Harris.
Yes, sir. And that left-hand drive car, I'm sure we will.
Mr. Harris?
Eh?
Are you Mr. Harris?
Wild horses.
Beg your pardon, sir?
Where are you from, son?
Are you Mr. Harris?
Yeah. Where are you from?
Glasgow. Could you step out of the car, please?
Are you Rangers or Celtic?
Celtic.
Well done.
I have asked you to step out of the car, sir.
Actually, and you'll go far if you call people sir. I can't do that.
And why not?
I get headaches.
Harris, step out of the car.
You see that wall on the corner?
Yeah, what about it?
I'm gonna drive into it.
Now, don't be silly, sir.
My life's finished, son. I've been beaten by the Rangers. You know what I mean?
Harris!
What's happening? What's the hold-up?
Dunno, Chief.
Hey?
Dunno, do I? Here, hang on.
What?
It's the law.
Don't touch him, this young fool. We won't help him at all. God, you go. Get him out. Put him out of his misery. Help him.
Don't worry. The ambulance will be here in a minute.
It's my legs.
Try and lie still. And I'll wipe your face. Lie still if you can.
Why don't they move it?
Here we are, Mum.
Why don't they stop that?
Take it away.
No, fascist!
It's okay. Come on, son. We know what to do. We know what to do. Come on. Come on.
Now, look here, young man. I am a member of the council. What is all this? I mean... Oh, no.
Hey?
That's my car. It's a total write-off.
It's not, is it?
That can't be replaced. That model's gone out of production.
Crasho's in it!
Hey?
Crasho!
Back here!
Try to breathe slowly. We can move you when the ambulance arrives. Slowly, that's it. Good, good. Well done.
I've done what she wants.
What?
She wants me dead. That's what she wants.
Please, he's doing very well. Please be calm.
You see what I mean? She wants me dead.
What does he say?
Nothing.
He's not gone, has he?
Yes.
Hold me.
I've got blood on my hands.
I don't care.
What's happened to the swine? Oh, my God. There you are then, gorgeous. The doctor says sleep now, and everything will be wonderful. Wonderful. Don't you fret yourself. We'll have a white wedding, won't we, eh? We will. We'll have a white wedding. What? I can't hear you.
Fred McMurray, Barbara, and... Oh, do you know what I mean?
Hey?
What?
Barbara Stanwyck.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I mean, you will still come to the hot pot supper.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
I've informed the lad.
Councillor, I'll let you know tomorrow. He still invited me to the hot pot supper.
Well, it's very good public relations, Mum.
You reckon you'll still go, Mum?
Yeah, of course. Gallagher did well.
He did.
Is he upset about Harris?
Aye. But what could he have done? Harris was a nutter.
He was. Joseph, how did you know foxes up-tip dustbins?
I saw it on TV, Mum.
I should have known. Was that the mad dog of Henshaw Street?
No, not exactly, Mum. There's been another attack this morning.
Sorry, Mum.
Gentlemen, please try to get this together. Come in.
Excuse me, Ma'am. Councillor and Mrs. Winterbottom.
Give me 1 minute. Oh. The Deputy Mayor-elect. Nothing we can do, is there?
Not much point.
Throwfall's Foundry, Manchester.
Hey?
I'll tell you what, though.
What?
I checked the dates.
Date?
She met Winterbottom well before the trial.
Trial? What trial? What are you talking about?
And to confirm it, I asked CID.
CID?
It wasn't Hooker Wainwright that shocked Crasho Harris. It was his loving wife. Gorgeous.